Welcome back to Somebody You coverage, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Fnatic versus Relax coming up for you here. Fnatic's last game of the group stage and Relax's second to last game. Things are coming to an end here, and we'll be moving into a bracket pretty darn soon for the EU portion.
So this is a good time to take a look at the standings. Hopefully we have them ready. But basically, very important game for Fnatic. Should they lose here, they're 4-3, and now NextKZ holds the tiebreaker over them. So if they're tied just with NextKZ, they will lose that tie. If Relax win both of their next matches, they could also be 4-3. So we could have a three-way tie with 3 teams 4-3, and we could also have a two-way tie with just 2 teams 4-3. And there's a slight chance if Dog loses both of their games, we could have a 4-way tie with 4 teams 4-3. But yeah, I see that as less likely. Also, rox.kis in theory can be 4-3, but they're playing. It's less likely because Dog and rox.kis both still have to play VP, I believe, and VP is just not the. They're looking really weak right now.
0-5, and yeah, even though those 5 games were just, they were pretty one-sided. Virtus.pro have just not been on point. So
making a long story short here, if Fnatic win, they're in good shape to advance. But should they lose, well, things get very messy for tiebreaks.
And I want to say Fnatic are the favorite coming in here, but Fnatic are the favorites. But Relax have been a total wild card. Some games they've been spot on. Again, they had that Rampage Axe play. And, well, we'll hop into the draft, but Axe is not banned here, so you never know. Could this be the return?
Well, they already picked the Dazzle, so...
Yeah. Dazzle and Axe work well together.
They should have left the Dazzle out there so they could counter the Grave. Dazzle and Axe work well together, though.
Yep.
Can run them with the Shadow Demon. It just lets your Axe go hard in the fights as well, so I like the Dazzle pick in general.
We've seen him banned out a fair amount, and Fnatic first picked the Bat Rider, an initiator you can't really go wrong with right now. He did get nerfed in the last patch, but it really wasn't much. Just a little bit of mana on that lasso.
Yeah, the change to Bat Rider's lasso, I think, is greatly over-exaggerated as far as how important it is. The mana cost for lasso now is basically the same as the old Blink having a mana cost plus lasso combo, which is whatever. Like, maybe you need a bottle, but that's it. Otherwise, you're fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big.
Most Bat Riders would get bottle anyway. Sometimes as an offlaner, you just go straight from Boots into Tranquils into Blink, and you can still do that. You just have to have full mono when the fights start. But I think generally you will want to have a bottle on Bat. That's the main difference. But that was the case as well with Bat, even before the change to Blink Dagger, when Blink Dagger had a mana cost.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the biggest change.
True. And there were minor changes to Dazzle. Poison Touch no longer does the mini stun right when you throw it. It used to do the stun after the poison set in. It still does that stun when the poison sets in, but it used to have the initial, just that little 0.1 second to stop TPs from coming out. So very minor. Still the core of Dazzle is intact, but he won't be interrupting TPs here from this point forward. Now, an interesting strategy from Relax that we haven't seen too many teams try, but they just ban out Tiny straight up and let the Wisp slip through. So Fnatic pick up EO, but who will they pair him with this game?
Yeah, that's an interesting adjustment. We saw last game banning Tiny and Wisp. I think the other way to go is just ban the Wisp, which is what I would have done. But Fnatic have picked Tiny without Wisp, and they've also picked Wisp without Tiny. And in this case, they will go for the Wisp anyway.
Yeah, so you have those old classic combos, your Wisp CK, Wisp Ursa, but we've also seen Fnatic do stuff like Wisp Gyrocopter, Wisp Storm Spirit. Era Storm Spirit is not something to totally cross off the realm of possibilities here.
Yeah, Wisp is a generally good hero. I don't think she has to be a Tiny. It's just the combo is ridiculously strong. So
yeah,
let's see what they do. I'm not really sure what they'll go for to pair with it. Sand Cane Wisp is another big option.
Oh, that's interesting.
You can actually channel Epicenter, relocate, and then you'll be Epicentering at the destination.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen that duo together, but that sounds pretty scary.
It's a little gimmicky, but it can be very strong.
Yeah, for sure. Who else could they grab here? We've even seen EO Slark as well, another option if Fnatic want to have a little bit more of a mid-game presence. But there you go. 4th ban on the Axe. A little bit of respect coming the way of Relax.
I wanted to see the Axe again.
Yeah.
Even if they lose, it's just a fun hero to watch.
I disagreed at first, but I've seen enough Axe play now that I get excited when I see Axe. I get pumped up for the dunks.
Wait, you thought he wasn't fun?
Well, I just thought he was like, oh, Axe, he's not that good. But yeah, he for what he lacks for in maybe raw skill, he makes up for in showmanship.
Oh, ye of little faiths. That hero's amazing. I love X.
He's pretty good.
He's like I'd say top 5 heroes to watch. One of the most fun heroes in Dota, and I think he's actually a decent hero as well.
Yeah, top 5 to watch. I could get.
He was
behind.
so garbage for so long. He kept on getting buffed patch after patch. I'm sure if you go back like 7 to 8 patches ago, The hero's gotten like 10 to 15 buffs since then.
Yeah.
And indirect buffs as well, like Blink Dagger not having mana cost.
Yeah. I like the way Relax plays Axe. They don't really do anything too gimmicky. They just try and match him up with a good solo lane against a melee hero, or they just tri-lane with him, get his farm, and then they hit that mid-game stride. I guess some of my hate of Axe has come from the East, where they've been, even before we were started with these EU Summit matches, like over the past week and a half, I've seen a lot of Axe picks and bans, and he just doesn't, they don't do anything with him. He just kind of runs around and kind of farms and then just gets shut down. Like, I've seen him picked as a counter to Lifestealer because you can Calling Blade through the Rage if you're under the threshold and still secure a kill, but...
You can also call through Rage, which is pretty important.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't dig on it. I think...
Axe hater. You're just an Axe hater.
I don't think he's a good counter to Lifestealer. I mean, he has some abilities that go through Rage, but Lifestealer wants to be up in your face. Axe has to be up in your face, so... I mean,
you also get a lot of bonus armor from Berserker's Call.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad versus Lifestealer.
He's not bad, but I don't think
He's great lockdown. He's not supposed to kill him. Like, you blink and you call, and then someone else kills the Lifestealer.
I think if you want to counter Lifestealer, you should just pick Bane. I think Bane is way better than Axe in dealing with Lifestealer. But anyway, that was where the beginning of my
We don't see Lifestealer picks much, really, actually. No one's really running that hero.
Yeah. He wasn't changed in this patch at all, was he?
No, he's just a lot of the heroes that people run nowadays. Naga, Dazzle, Bat.
He's just fallen out of style.
Axe. There's a lot of heroes that are good at dealing with him. Tree's very good at dealing with him.
Yes.
Lycan can just run away from him. Yeah.
He just doesn't do enough damage compared to those new fancy heroes like Ember Spirit. But there's that Storm I was talking about, and that will probably be Era's hero, position 1 Storm for Fnatic.
Yeah, this is your pick-off Dota. Wisp Storm, you mentioned. Hani can also play Storm mid, so they, in theory, could go for something else for Era. They have flexible lanes. Probably Trixie on the Bat off lane.
Yeah, that's the only... And No-Tail on his Wisps. Those two are pretty locked down. But yeah, still some flexibility. And Relax will run a carry Naga here. We got to see support Naga earlier today, and we were sort of theory crafting about how much will these Riptide nerfs hurt Naga, and we'll get to see it here.
Doesn't hurt her at all as a support. She is still... I mean, yeah, it hurts her a little bit, but not significantly.
This is an odd draft from Relax. 3 support heroes. Which one of them will end up being a core?
Venge. Yeah, Dazzle or Venge are the 2 main ones. I don't think we'll see a Farming Disruptor.
Farming Disruptor is a little goofy, but...
Bulba tried to run solo mid Disruptor for a while for Liquid, and here comes the Coddle. This is a lot of mana. Give me all the mana.
Yeah, seriously.
Tether, mana, win.
Wow. Well,
and relocate for the Storm recall for the Storm as well. So
talk about global presence.
Purely pick off Dota.
Relocate and recall. And
this is a good lineup to just punish a ratty Naga.
5 seconds.
Yeah, you just wherever she goes, you have Boots of Travel, Bat, relocate, and Storm, and you just go and kill her anyway.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Fnatic will be all over the place this game, and maybe they'll grab another elusive hero with their final pick. They will need either their position 1 or their mid laner, and that's where that flexibility comes in handy with that Storm pick. And time will tell. They do have the luxury of the last pick, so good time to be flexible.
These supports do go really well with Storm, like you were mentioning, though. I think that's important to keep in mind, is it gives them tons of mana and tons of mobility. Clock.
Ooh.
Team fight-centric finish for Relax here, but mostly this draft is about the Naga.
Yeah, this is a 4 protect 1 for
and everything that Fnatic are gearing up for is to try and shut down the Naga. I wonder if they even go Doom as their last pick here.
Oh, that could be scary. With that 4 protect 1 single core Naga, Doom works well. If you shut her down, she can't song, just jump on her and Doom, lasso.
You never have enough. There's always room for more lockdown.
Yeah.
Versus this freaking hero.
That's true. That's very true. Especially with the shallow grave as well.
It's a little more of a passive draft from Relax, though. Generally, what we've seen out of them is much more aggressive and face-rushy type lineups.
I don't know how this will work with their play style.
Yeah, we'll see. They have, I believe I've seen them run Naga before, but...
I worry that they're lacking a lot of damage. Once this Naga hits critical mass, sure, she'll be a big damage dealer.
Saw it today, but yeah. I haven't seen them run it as a carry, though, I don't think.
Yeah.
They did run it as support earlier today, but...
And this has to be a carry Naga. There's no way she's going to be support here, so...
It would just be weird if she's support. Like, you'd have Dazzle and Venge farming at that point.
You would have this weird, like, you'd have to win the game so
Oh,
quickly.
no! Fnatic! No! No!
I was loving this draft, and then Phantom Lancer.
Coddle PL. Hey, man.
PL happened.
Fight cancer with cancer.
Yeah, well, Oh, man. That just was not the turn that I was hoping for. Now, Hani is on the PL right now. They may swap when we get into the game, but could it possibly be a dual lane or how are they going to lane this? It might just be the Storm Wisp in the mid, and then PL Coddle in the safe lane, and then the Bat Rider off. That probably makes the most sense. But Hani on the PL is rather interesting.
Yeah, Hani on the PL. I feel like they're just going to swap.
Yeah, that's a good prediction, but...
If not, is he actually going mid? Dual lane mid, Coddle PL? Maybe they just tri-lane Hani safe lane and run Era mid, and they're just kind of switching up their roles a bit here.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But, I mean, they like the Wisp tiny mid.
PL is just such a weak mid, though. Like, he's
Yeah,
no
he has
real
no-
harassment. He can't
no
really push the
presence.
lane. He's not that good at controlling runes. He's okay. You can doppelwalk to try and secure them, send your illusions at them, but I think the Storm should just go mid. That's the much more logical choice.
Yeah. Very interesting from Fnatic.
Or maybe they dual lane, but
we'll get
PL
to see,
dual lane mid is whatever.
Yeah, there's a reason people don't do that. But we'll see. Interesting draft from really from both sides here. And
Well, let's introduce our teams. On the dire side, we've got Fnatic. They need a win here. They're 4-2 with a win. They're 5-2, and they knock Relax down out of playoff contention. And, well, no tail on the Wisp. He'll be playing the EO Era as your Storm Spirit. Let's see where he goes. We have Trixie heading to the bottom lane as the Bat Rider Fly on the support Keeper of the Light, and that does leave Hani. It's going safe lane on the PL, so it's basically just a role swap here for Fnatic. No other way to put it.
yeah, Era is just very comfortable on the Storm Spirit. We've seen it a number of times when paired with the Wisp, so I'm not terribly surprised, but, I mean, we talked about it earlier. No Tail used to play mid. Fnatic is a team that is very flexible across their roles. On the Radiant side, they've got Team Relax. You're doing fine. Dread on the position 1 Naga. He'll be supported by Wind X on the Disruptor, Yoki on the Vengeful Spirit. In the safe lane, it will be a solo Clockwork handled by Shotchlo, typically their position 1 player, and Tame My Wild on a solo mid Dazzle. This is an even stranger draft from Relax. Even the way they're doing the roles here. Dread is usually on support, and Shotchlo is usually position 1, but lo and behold, it is a Dread Naga.
Dread used to be, like, more of their farmy, even, like, their one-position player at times. He would play the Axe when they'd go aggressive tri-lane and be the farmer in the tri-lane. They are going aggressive against the Keeper of the Light, though, and if they don't get kills, it's a very bad lane for them, because they'll never push in. They will shut down the PL's farm, I suppose, but...
And already Hani getting harassed by the Thunder Strike. As we mentioned at level 1, it does put out quite a bit of damage, takes PL down to about half health.
I don't think they don't need the Wisp mid. No Tail can just go top and try and help the tri-lane, or stack. He's not gonna offer too much against Dazzle, and he's just... Era should be okay. Well, not if he tanks a heal bomb to the face. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, God, yeah.
He walked into the middle of 4 creeps and got healed by Tame My Wild, and well, that was not the kind of heal he wanted.
Part of the power of Dazzle, and especially against melee heroes. That's where Dazzle really shines as a solo mid, in my opinion, is against melee heroes. They get near the creeps, you heal bomb, and then you poison touch, get a couple of right clicks, and it's just hard for them to deal with it.
Normally a Storm, you want to just walk up to the creeps and Remnant to secure last hits, but you can last hit from range. Just Remnant, then use the overload damage to get the kill. So, or just right click and outlast hit him. Dazzle base damage 58. Storm is
58.
58 plus
With
3. So he should be able to just trade last hits. He doesn't have to walk next to the creeps.
Very small edge. Dazzle has a pretty good attack animation, but Storm has a pretty good one as well. So kind of a wash in a 1v1 role, but No Tail will hang around. He stacked this hard camp once, and that's about it. He just went coming right back towards the mid lane to leech some experience.
2-minute rune will spawn soon. Let's see who's going to get it. Dread is actually the one heading for it. And
is this not a carry Naga?
No,
he's 0 and 0.
He has the Poor Man Shield, and this used to be the common build on support Naga, was just get a Poor Man Shield and tank. Basically, you run into the creep wave and Riptide and tank. And the Venge is the farmer. She's got a Basilius up. She's working towards her boots. So, yeah, it is support Naga. I just wanted to run through the lineup, so didn't really look at it earlier, but yeah. It is indeed support.
Well, Dread
could get a kill here.
He's
as well.
invisible in the mid, looking for an opening. Naga does pair well with Dazzle, the Riptide minus armor. Of course, all of Dazzle's physical. And there you go, the Riptide onto No Tail. That should be your first blood coming out. He'll try and heal it up, but it's not enough. Tame My Wild on the Dazzle gets the last hit. Now Era, he'll get stuck in an ensnare, but he'll be just fine. Tame My Wild doesn't have the mana to pursue. Did pick up a bottle, but taking tower shots. That will be your first blood coming out. Relax, off to a good start.
Yeah, basically with the Poor Man Shield, the idea is that Naga already has insanely good armor, which was not touched in the latest patch, by the way. So 7 armor and poor man's shield, she can't be harassed by physical damage. She just walks up, riptides you, and tanks, and then your other supports just have free reign to just chop away at you.
Yeah.
Chop away at the opposition, rather.
But now I worry about this late game for Relax. I mean, they have to hit this mid-game stride now with a farming Venge, with a farming Dazzle. They're gonna fall off.
Even
by
with
like
Naga, I don't think you want to go late game against Cuddle, PL,
and
Bat.
Storm.
The just global lineup with Cuddle, PL.
Yeah.
It's like the most annoying thing ever to go late game against. Even more annoying than the Naga, I would say. So
Yeah, but I mean, still, how are they going to break towers with this lineup? I fear for Relax. This is they'll have a very small window where they're really tilted, and Fnatic are still trying to come online. But already we see Tame My Wild getting dove here in the mid, and he gets the Grave off. Dread TP's
nice body
in.
blocking by Era, though. Won't let anyone get in range of No-Tail. Now he'll net up, and they get the kill on the Dazzle. Dread trying to turn this around. Won't be able to do so.
No-Tail just
fact,
tethers.
They may chase.
Yeah, Era is only level 4, so of course, no zip. That Remnant down. Dread will move out of harm's way. Still, they find a kill on that solo mid Dazzle.
Why didn't he just run back to the tower? He's just running up the river. I don't know about that maneuver from Dread, but he is so tanky with 7 base armor and 4-man shield. They just can't touch him.
The 7 base armor is just ridiculous. But yeah. Tame My Wild, level 5, 3 points in the poison
Going
touch.
back in. There's no mono on Arrow right now. If they get off a net, this could be a kill.
Yeah, the dot's still ticking down, but
He got fogged.
I'll make it back. Regeneration rune in the bottom position. No-Tail just picks it up, throws it in the bottle. That is so great for Fnatic. That is like the ideal rune to spawn right here based on Arrow's current hit points. He will have his power treads complete and on the way once he gets used to that courier. Meanwhile, in the offlane, Trixie having a pretty good time. 10-1 against the 19-2 Clockwork. He's been bottle crowing himself. And Clockwork is actually farming really well also. 20-2.
Diving the top lane now. Here comes the wraparound.
And Dread starts things off with the Riptide. Throws out the Ensnare. There's your magic missile out on the fly. They secure that kill. Hani trying to get a return kill onto Yoki, but he'll get glimpsed, and that will be rendered unsuccessful.
Yeah, they get the kill. This, again, the strength of support Naga, very tanky. Runs in, tanks the tower, has 7 armor and 4-man shield, and just doesn't die. If that's a Crystal Maiden, if that's even a Venge, he probably, well, maybe not the Venge at this point, but most heroes would just go down there.
Yoki almost falls the Illuminate, but just is barely able to outrange it. TP's
no
back
mana
to
for
safety.
Spirit Lance. Honey was 3 mana short.
Yeah, if he had thrown one to start
Bottom
things off.
lane, dive onto Shade Show, dropping low to the Bat Rider. He will end up going down with the Firefly. And just overextended, top, and then back to top.
Yep, Windex gets picked off. This time the Coddle's on the money with this Illuminate. So it was a slow opening, but all of a sudden kills starting to erupt in all of the lanes. And Fnatic getting the better of it.
So looking at last hits right now, the main concern for Fnatic... Oh, Storm. Wow, he's under duress, man.
Yeah.
3 points in the Poison Touch. Doesn't have that mini stun on contact, but it does still have the stun that sets.
Yes, only at level 4 though.
Which is almost there. He is maxing it first.
This is that super aggressive Dazzle build you pretty much have to do when you're in the mid lane.
There's a Haster in top. They're going to try and secure it for Era now. Dread comes in, but he's walked into 3 heroes. Illuminate is available. Nope.
The Vortex pulls him out of the Illuminate. They still secure the kill, but that was bittersweet there with that
Backstab
Vortex.
from Trixie. He's got Lasso, but he uses Firefly. Now he's short of the Lasso mana. The Lasso change actually making a bit of a difference here. Still, he's doing the damage with the Firefly. Goes in on Tame My Wild, gets off the grave, but still going to fall here.
Yeah, no way he can survive. 4 heroes inbound in the courier as well. There's nothing on it, but can they pick it off?
With the tether move speed, they just might be able to. Firefly's still going. 2 more right clicks.
Oh.
1 more right click. Can't do it. No tail. The feeds.
Will he pay with his life? Tether coming up in 1 second. Hasterin on, but it's just not enough
The
as Shotchlo
feeds!
joins the party.
No.
Now Trixie, he's in trouble as well. He has no Firefly. Double kill for Shotchlo. That courier bait.
That was one of those like, dude, we got this courier and we got the kills. We're going to win the game now. Oh, shit.
No.
They are still, that's still a good trade for them, though, because they secure the PL's farm. The heroes that die, it's the Bat, which is important. Wisp, somewhat important, but still getting your levels. And Era is farming well. So end of the day, I think it's still okay for Fnatic, despite it being very sloppy.
Yes, I completely agree. The PL in particular, he is just in free farm heaven up top. He had a slow start, but now he's right on par with everyone else, about 22 CS under his belt.
Everybody's coming mid. The other thing is they have the jungle to stack up and farm.
Oh, Tame My Wild, he'll be jumped on first. They want to drop him before he can get off the grave. They'll be successful this time as the Illuminate comes in. Big Daddy No-Tail gets credit for that one. They'll press forward, but they won't find any other kills. Trixie still with no Blink Dagger.
The Wisp, it's just the Wisp orbs. They do so much damage when they're all up close because they all just detonate instantly on a single target.
Yeah.
Orb control, or the spirit control, is like one of those underrated aspects of being a good Wisp player, but you want to have them ready. As soon as Storm pulls them in, you want to make sure you're Spirits will all hit them instantly, so they don't have time to get off the grave there or anything like that, which could have turned the fight. So nicely done by No2.
Shotchlo picks up the 8-minute rune. It is an illusion at the bottom position. He has phase boots up, puts it in the bottle. Hook shot available. Trixie starting to harass.
Can't go for bad. He can just Firefly out of the cogs.
Yeah, Bat looking for a potential lasso as support was inbound, but Shotchlo gets back to the high ground. And Coddle, this is a pretty big stack he's working on here. It is a 3-stack on the hard camp, and well, look at this. Look at this Coddle just spamming that Illuminate, farming up that Ags.
This is that old Alliance way of playing, the Coddle Wisp, where Coddle just kills off the stacks and the Wisp takes the levels. And then they go into the mid game. They've got Coddle Wisp, who are they don't offer you much crowd control. In fact, no true lockdown now that Wisp's tether doesn't stun. So that's a bit different, but otherwise it's kind of the same old thing. And it was very potent, 6.78. Let's see if Fnatic can make it work as we head towards the mid game. Smoke up the top lane from Relax. 4 heroes here. Looking for Hani. And he will be spotted out.
Yeah, Hani could be in trouble. Does have a doppel walk.
There's a TP on the Wisp, but walking back to the
Sentries
well, and they go.
And Dust available. The Dust will connect, but still good positioning from Hani. He moves into the trees. The hook shot is on the money. And they will converge, secure that kill. TP's coming in from Fnatic. They want to try to clean this up. Relax had to commit a lot. Storm gets glimpsed back. Oh no, Trixie, he gets netted. He'll be the first to go down, and it's a 2-0. A disaster for Fnatic.
Are Fnatic in danger of maybe not qualifying for the playoffs? So loss here, they're 4-3, and they have to pray that Relax also win their last match against Dog. And if they don't win that match, then Next KZ and Fnatic tied 4-3, and Next KZ has the tiebreaker because they beat them head-to-head. Oh, this could be trouble. They have the late game. Top lane, there's a relocate.
Yep. Kodal taking a lot of damage from this battery assault. Fly will get chased down by Shotchlo. Meanwhile, at the tower, Song of the Siren comes out from Dread. That resets things, but will they go for the kill? That's the question. Yeah, they'll hang around. They'll go straight on it. But Fly, he jumps onto the Vengeful Spirit. They make it a 1-for-1 now after the Coddle's already fallen. Era completely out of mana. He's going to get dropped. Poison Touch. That secures the kill. Clockwork with another double kill. And Relax come out ahead once again.
Once again, Fnatic, the struggle is real for this team. They're losing fight after fight. Score now 10-8. But they still need a few items here. They need Trixie's Blink Dagger very badly. He's the one that can secure kills with the relocate.
Oh, Mud Golems.
And then they need time. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and this is that window I was talking about for Relax that has a variable. Hold that thought. Tame my wild.
Oh, well, Firefly ended. Trixie. Oh, boy.
Now he's stuck on the low ground. Shotchlo coming around. Has a hook shot, but no mana. Empty bottle. No wand charges. There's your Poison Touch.
Dead. Oh, miscoordination here as they pull him back away from the Clockwork. That might have just saved Trixie with that glimpse. Shotchlo.
Wow.
He had the phase boots active, and he was right about to get in range of Bat. But because they glimpsed him, the phase boot activation wore off, and he wasn't able to run him down.
Yeah,
that was a big mistake by the Disruptor. That was a kill otherwise. Unless they had a relocate out, which, no, was still on cooldown. Yeah, that was a kill.
That was a fail glimpse, for sure.
Bottom lane, Hani does get the tower.
Yeah, that is good news for the OPL. He'll try and escape, and he will doppel walk back to safety.
Relocated in. Bottom lane, they want to go on this Vengeful Spirit. Can they kill her?
It looks like it. Venge, level 8. Did go for that Wave of Terror primary. Throws out a magic missile on Tiny. I said Tiny. I meant to say Hani. And, yeah, Venge still falls. So, well done from Fnatic. They find a recovery kill. And Venge is one of the primary farmers of Relax. So that is actually a high-value kill. More Mud Golems for Trixie, though. He just can't catch a break.
Yeah, he's been getting some slightly bad luck. Still finding his Blink Dagger, though. He'll have it around the 13-minute mark if he doesn't die right now. As I say that, Shachlo is looking.
And
does he have vision right now? Oh, Trixie just out of range. Now he sees him. He's going to hook, and he hits it again. Oh, Shachlo, what a player.
No Firefly again.
This guy carries so hard.
Perfect timing. Meanwhile, at the bottom room position, Dreg gets initiated upon by Era. Kinetic Field, Static Storm, glimpse right back into it. He can't zip. Now Era may take a spill. He does survive just long enough and zips to the high ground. The damage output wasn't there, but a close call for the Storm Spirit.
Era is going... Oh, Rocket coming in. Is it going to hit? No, Era will juke it. Era's going to build we've not seen in a long time on the Storm. He is going Bloodstone build. This used to be the build. And then everyone started going Treads Orchid, but Bloodstone build has really fallen out of popularity. The reason being that most teams want their Storm to exert a lot of pressure and have crowd control, which the silence can make a big difference in a lot of cases. Like, especially against heroes like Dazzle and Disruptor. If you don't have a silence, they can just glimpse you back. They can grave a teammate. We'll see how the Bloodstone build works out. It is the better late game build if you get there, but let's see if he gets there.
Yeah, exactly right. It can still be a snowball item, especially if you pick up a couple of kills or take a good team fight right after you grab it and take those 8 charges and turn them into double digits.
He is 5-1 and 2. Like, despite how bad things look for Fnatic, this Storm is very farm.
Yeah, and now Relax will group up about the mid and pressure this tier 1 tower. This is that window where Relax are pretty tilted. They have a lot of early game heroes, classic support heroes that are very strong right now, but won't be able to hold a candle to PL in 15, 20, 30 minutes from now. So Fnatic just have to stall. They can lose their tier 1 towers, maybe make some defenses at their tier 2s.
So when you say tilted, do you mean like hook shot? Once again, Shade Slow.
Relocate forward, but
nice observer ward to set that up as well.
Yeah, there it is. Shot slow is just on point this game. And yeah, by tilted, I mean good. Okay. I just mean tilted to mean like a disparity.
I'm just so used to tilted meaning like someone who's raging.
Maybe I'm misusing it, but I look at tilted as either way. Like you can be tilted in its rage, or you can be tilted in like I just got pocket aces back to back. I'm really tilted right now.
That's very confusing though. Like how do you know which one?
It's like mean? Aloha in Hawaii, dude. You just do it by context, you know.
I'm not up on the verbiage.
Yeah, I guess not. Maybe I have been wrong with some of my sayings.
No,
lasers to cornbread front and center. So you never know. But
I'm sure it was a thing with your WoW friends.
I'm sure. Yeah, somewhere.
I believe you.
Someplace, somewhere in the realms of Azeroth.
In one of the infinite universes, there's probably a universe where that expression is widely used.
God, yeah, there's one person smiling out there right now. But Hani is actually starting to come online with this PL. He now has a Yasha, a great first item for farming. He moves around a little faster and now does a little bit more damage, grabs another Blade of Alacrity, and I reckon that'll be a defusal.
Yeah, it should be. Yasha is probably the single best farming item on PL outside of Midas in terms of increasing your farm speed. Radiance is the other one, but Radiance has really fallen off in popularity lately and ultimately doesn't scale that well into the late game for PL. Late game PL, it's not like Naga. You would rather just have, like, because your illusions already replicate on their own, so you just want them to attack as quickly as possible, bring buildings down as quickly as possible, and clearing out waves is no issue for PL later on. So
yeah. And up top, Hani will grab a tower kill.
That's
he
big.
actually gets the last hit on that tower. Meanwhile, Storm gets the kill on the mid tier 1. That was a 2-for-1 exchange.
There's a lasso from Trixie. He's pulled in Yoki. Relocate's coming.
But Yoki, he's standing on the fire. He's taking so much damage right now. A beautiful Song of the Siren from Dread buys Yoki the time he needs to TP out. But he gets flame broke. Oh, no.
From around the song, Dread ran back. That's why he couldn't TP out in time. If Dread stayed closer to Trixie, that wouldn't have happened. Still, though, alive for now. The Venge, the Trixie, or Era, rather, going hard. He will zip in. He gets the kill. Now he pulls in another. He doesn't have the damage for Shachel, though. He's got to go for a TP out. He zipped too far. He doesn't have TP for it.
Battery Assault's available as well. This could be scary for Era. Now Big Daddy No Tail. He tethers over. Shotshell gets turned around upon. That's a dead Clockwork. Now Windex. He'll be all by himself here. There's support coming in from Dread on the side, but does he have the damage?
Era still has mana. A little bit left. Trixie's coming in as well. Can they finish him off? The glimpse back on the bat. Doesn't get the kill. Down burning is the Disruptor. Everyone on Fnatic's gonna live. 5 heroes still alive. Disruptor also retreating out. Will he even escape? Barely at that.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Fnatic. They're clawing deep now. Then this game has swung hugely in their favor.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous exchange, and all the while PL was just farming away, not only getting the tower kill, but all of a sudden, he's close to a defusal. He's got the core pieces, just needs to farm the recipe.
Bloodstone. 16-minute Bloodstone. And this Storm 70 CS is not terrible, but it's not that much.
The 6-1 and 4 is really where it's at.
Doing.
Plus that tier 1 tower. Yeah, this is all of a sudden things are just balling out of control.
Well, Relax. I don't know.
Relax
has had a great game. He's had a great game, but he's a Clockwork. Like, how much can Clockwork really do later on? Storm can just zip out after you hookshot him. PL will get to a point where Battery Assault is useless against him. In fact, he's not quite there yet. He's still pretty squishy, but he'll be there soon enough. You complete your defusal, then you get your Boots of Travel, your drums, or maybe you just go straight to a man style, and then you're tanky enough to just man fight.
Yeah, Relax need to do the very opposite of their name, the opposite of Relax.
Yes, they need to be very aggressive and angry and violent right now.
They will not win the late game, I think, quite obviously against the PL. They need to get kills. They need map objectives. Towers, Roche, anything they can do besides sitting back and farming. It's only 17 minutes in, but they are maybe not in Hail Mary mode quite yet, but almost in that panic mode.
The thing is, like, they have to get a lot of kills and transition them into objectives. And as you rightly pointed out, they don't push that well. So killing one hero, you'll just get out split push by the PL. They have to kill the PL and probably the Coddle. So the PL can't split push and the Coddle can't defend.
And even this smoke for Relax is a bit of a disaster. It'll expire before they find anyone, unless Tame My Wild bumps into Batrider. No, they just didn't really have a clear plan there.
They're going to walk up the river, though. They are looking.
Yeah, smoke has been revealed now.
Are they going to go on the illusion? PL Illusion standing around. Oh, it's being microed.
And
No.
yeah, that'll scatter out. That was risky, though. I mean, they didn't know that there wasn't a ward up on the high ground here, and that could have very easily just been a trap for Fnatic to jump on them. So relax. Yeah.
I guess the thing is Fnatic is unlikely to want to take fights, so they're just banking on Fnatic split pushing and farming.
Does Fnatic really want to avoid fighting, though? They've got a lasso, a shiny new Bloodstone, Diffusal up on PL. Hani can actually play around in these team fights a little bit. You know, I can't go in the front lines, but, you know, if he got relocated in, he may or may not be able to mana burn some people.
Yeah, they can win fights. I guess my thinking is they definitely win if it's a split push game.
Yeah, okay. I
And
see.
they have a decent chance of winning if it's a team fight game. So
Yeah.
we'll
well,
see though. They may go for this anyway. I
Fnatic
think they'll
will-
just turtle and split push.
Yeah, Fnatic will fish their wish here, it seems, as the top tier 2 takes pressure. So does the bottom tier 2. Glyphs come out. On the dire side, Radiant may actually just let theirs fall. It's getting very low. They'll have to glyph now, and nope, they just hand it over.
Era is insanely fat. Now he's going back for Orchid, has the Robe of the Magi up, and Oblivion Staff #1 coming very soon.
Yeah, huge Illuminate just takes everyone down to half health. They have to mech before the fight even really starts, and now we will see a potential base race.
They like have to do this though. If they don't
Yeah.
end the game now, Coddle's not far off of Ags. Then I don't know if they split push fast enough. Hani's winning the split push. They can't do this, but they kind of have to do this.
They
I
do
think
have a
they're
glyph,
just-
though.
they're
That
just
is
screwed.
one thing in Relax's favor right now. It will be Shotchlo that TP's home.
Top lane though, Dread Scott. Trixie's jumped in, but everybody's here. Now the relocate comes. Disruptor ult will get deployed. Trixie did get off a lasso, but now will end up going down. Windex also on the run. They'll pop the song. And then in the bottom lane, the Wisp waiting for that relocate back. No tail. Will he make it out in time?
Oh, just barely. Now Shotchlo. He may fall. No, they'll just go straight to the retreat.
Okay, he relocated like 2 feet away. I didn't see the initial relocate.
Yeah, that was a little bit jarring with how he jumped just
I don't know.
a very short area. No Doubt does that sometimes, though. It is.
Yeah, I thought he was. Oh, he got
Oh.
sent back by the disruptor.
Oh,
That's
he
right.
got okay. Too many relocate abilities. He relocated,
And there's recall,
and
which
then
I
went
haven't even
back.
seen yet.
Yeah, and then he got glimpsed back.
I was
Poor
like, I thought
No
I
Tail.
just saw him top.
He's just ping ponging all over the place, turning Wisp into a little ping pong ball there. But so Fnatic, they find the better of that exchange though. Glyphs come out. Their tier 3 tower up top is basically unscathed, and the tier 3 down bottom went down to less than half hit points actually, down to about 500 HP.
Arrow's
So,
gonna go in now. There's no song. They can look for fights.
yeah, it's only a level 1 song, so still on cooldown for 2 minutes.
Hiding in the trees. For the
Also
time
no
being.
static storm here, which could be.
Finds
good
Tame
news
out
for
in the
Fnatic.
trees. Can go on him. No, they're
Using-
just playing it safe.
Using those remnants for vision. Trixie, Blink Dagger, Force Staff ready. May want to jump on Tame My Wild, but no, they don't go for it. He opts forward. Instead, he grabs Yoki. He gets netted straight away, but Tame My Wild taking hefty damage as Era hops right on top of him. He does manage to get the Grave off just in the nick of time.
But they
And
can't lock
Dazzle-
Arrow down until the static storm comes. Maybe with this.
Big static storm, but not the kinetic field. Era will walk out, or will he? They're trying to heal him up. He barely zips back to safety. Everyone's still alive, but Fnatic, they have more hit points to play around with. Relax in full retreat mode. Will they be able to press forward? PL, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, he takes out the tier 3. Rax getting cleaned up while this fight is going on. Windex in trouble. The zip forward from Era. They're going to clean this up now. Dread will be the second to fall. Tame My Wild has a grave coming up in 1 second. Won't be enough to save the Naga. He'll get Vortex.
And
Meanwhile,
they're
in
doing
the bottom
it without
lane.
the PL.
Oh, no. It's just a disaster. The Phantom Cancer living up to his name. The glyph comes out. Range Drax will fall. Melee take a little bit of damage, but now what's stopping Fnatic from just pushing this tier 2 tower in the
Okay,
mid?
they're gonna go for more
Uh-oh.
here.
They'll find Yoki. Plenty of damage to take him down. That's the end of the Vengeful Spirit. Now Shotchlo, he's inside the cogs, but it's a 3v1. Venge buys back straight away. The zip forward, the electric vortex. Yoki, magic missile onto No Tail. Oh, the relocate just in the nick of time. Oh, my Lanta LD Fnatic. They came to win. They needed this one, and they may find it.
Yeah, I think someone's like, guys, get your shit together. Let's win this game. Jesus.
That's Street in the background, cracking the whip.
I'm pretty sure we know who was the one doing the yelling. It's this guy on the glowing wisp.
This ping pong ball.
Yeah, but this Storm doesn't run out of mana. He has infinite mana. 12 Bloodstone charges, Orchid, Treads already has insane mana regen.
He's huge.
And he's got the Coddle giving him mana. He has the Wisp Tether giving him mana.
The fact that Era survived that last fight just shows how much support he has in this game.
This is like the most stacked Storm I've seen in a long time.
And initiation forward. Orchid out on Dread. No Song of the Siren. It is off cooldown, but he'll fall. Lasso gets used on Yoki. And won't be enough to secure the kill straight away, but still gets picked off.
It's
and
GG.
yeah,
They're
Clockwork
winning
dies.
they're winning the team fights. They're finding the pickoffs, and they have the
4v5.
better late game, and they
Yeah.
have the better split push.
PL.
Relax are just completely cornered. That's checkmate, I would say.
Yeah, this draft is just so mid-game oriented, and there's your GG, well played. They just have no carry power. 20 minutes in, already PL is more than online. And that will do it. Disruptor gets picked off one last time before the game ends, but GG, well played, Fnatic. Whew, they perform. They make it happen. So they will now end 5-2.
I was not overly convinced. They did take the win, but Relax kind of played that game weird in terms of their hero signs. I thought they were running carry Naga.
Yeah, same.
They had to be so far ahead to win this game. They didn't have much push. They didn't have much late game. Their gank wasn't very good for dealing with a storm pick. I think Fnatic's draft was just, and the way they lane it was just flat out better.
100% agreed. If it was a carry Naga, maybe it would have been more even. She could have turtled up a little bit easier, would have been higher levels, so Song of the Siren would have been available more often, and Fnatic may not have been able to run away with it so quickly, but as you pointed out, you really want to go late game against the Storm, Phantom Lancer when you have a 4 Protect 1.
Didn't even get there, but like, let's say Fnatic does worse than that. They're losing harder. They can still just turtle with Illuminate, split push with the Storm, gank with Relocate, split push with the PL. The biggest problem for Relax was I just don't see what the farming Venge did this game. She didn't get enough done.
She got a Blink Dagger, and that was it. She just couldn't find kills, and there's a reason we don't see position 1 Venges very often.
She's situationally strong, but this was not the right situation.
Yeah, definitely not. So, good win for Fnatic, and a pretty quick game. Looking at our standings here, these are updated following this match we just saw. Power Rangers and Fnatic, both 5-2. They have their games complete, and I think that secures both of their seats in the top 4. Right, LD? Is there any scenario where those two will not be top 4?
At this point, Dog could finish 5-2, and rox.kis could finish 5-2.
And that would just be our top 4 right there.
So, yeah, no matter what,
the top 2 are secure.
Power Rangers and Fnatic are in the top 4.
Okay.
If rox.kis loses and Dog loses both of their games, then we could have a 3-way tie.
For the last
all 3
2
of the remaining games.
Okay.
Then we could have a 3-way tie. If rox.kis loses one game or Dog loses both, but the other one wins their last match, then we just have a 2-way tie for 4th place. So no crazy 4 or 5-way tie scenarios with this win from Fnatic here.
Earthquake scenario, not going to happen. MYM, Virtus Pro, and Relax, all no way they can make it into the top 4. So it will be a battle for 3rd and 4th between NextKZ, rox.kis, and Team Dog. We've got 3 more best of ones coming your way, guys, for our last day of Summit EU coverage of the group stage. After this, those top 4 teams will move into a bracket, and they will be fighting it off for that one last slot.
Just want to mention that the ticket is out, and we are getting close to a $100,000 prize pool. We started at $80,000 up to $97,000 in basically 24 hours. So thanks for the support, guys. If you haven't picked it up yet, consider it. But we'll be announcing stretch goals very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have another break here, guys. Our next match scheduled to start in just about 30 minutes. So this will be a longer break. And up next will be Relax versus Team Dog. So take a break, get yourself some lunch, and then come on back.